Beijing's famous commercial street. Once bustling with crowds. Now the streets are almost empty. I love Beijing. What's been going on lately, brothers? This is a night market. It used to be a lively night market. Why is it so deserted with no people? Even hitting him doesn't bring business. Opening a shop doesn't bring business either. Why is it so quiet? Is a war about to start? You say China's 1.4 billion population hasn't decreased. Why aren't people being let out? Oh my goodness. From opening at 8 a.m. until now, we must make a sale. Not even a single customer. Affected by China's broader economic environment, Beijing is becoming increasingly desolate. A large number of shops have closed down. More and more people are fleeing Beijing. Many restaurants have no customers, and the situation for workers seems even more severe. According to reports, among the day laborers at Maji Bridge, some face the dilemma of securing food for 1 day, but starving for 3. Today, let's talk about this topic. Let me show you how tough physical businesses are now. This is also why I don't recommend investing spare money in opening a physical store. I live in a neighborhood in Beijing's East 5th Ring Road. Look, right outside this neighborhood, and these 3 shops. All closed down. It's been almost half a year. Still no tenants. This Guoquan Deal's place sells a plate of lamb or something for like 70, 80, or over 100 yuan. So expensive. Who would buy here? These are just ordinary folks. These 2 shops here, also vacant for over 2 months. The location is great, right next to the neighborhood entrance. Look, this one just got rented out, selling floral tea. I don't even need to think. It won't make money. Who buys tea or flowers here? 4 or 5 flower shops near my neighborhood have already shut down. It's still open. This is another empty one. This area is quite large. 246 pings across 2 floors. Let me tell everyone, there isn't a single store around here that has been stable and thriving in this area long term. Beijing's Zhongguancun Innovation Street officially opened in June 2014. It used to be very lively here, but now there's no one on the street. This blogger said in the video, Zhongguancun represents the brightest side of Beijing's tech scene. He witnessed Zhongguancun's glorious era. In just a few years, it has become so empty here. He felt shocked. It's actually not bad. This bookstore still exists. China bookstore. But this Zhongguancun Innovation Street is a complete failure. Look. There's even a security guard with a red armband. Zhongguancun Innovation Street. Oh my god. Buddy. There's nothing left inside. Everything's been moved out. Right? It used to be so lively here, right? When did you come here? August. In August. I'm talking about many years ago. Wow. Selling books and electronics, right? Now there's just the small bookshop left. Hey. It used to sell second-hand books, new books, everything. Textbooks. Wow. It's become like this. My god. Now I'm filming a certain street in Beijing. The foot traffic and car traffic have indeed decreased compared to before. What I'm trying to say is, some people should be watching this video. Pay attention to this video. We should solve the problems of the common people. Medical issues. So that the common people can afford medical treatment. Solve education problems. So that their children can all afford to attend school, middle school, high school, and university. Solve the elderly care problems of the common people. When the common people reach a certain age, the state should provide some living expenses, so that the common people have something to rely on in their old age. This is what I want to express. Although there are few people and few cars. But if the above problems are solved, wouldn't our economy improve? Do you agree? If you agree, give it a like. Majukio, in the far southeastern suburbs of Beijing, is a job-seeking spot for migrant workers looking for odd jobs. It is said in the capital that those in dire straits must try their luck at Majukio. But since this year, Majukio has seen more people than jobs, a situation in the new alley, reflecting the current predicament of the mainland's job market. Have you ever seen the old house market at 4 a.m.? This is the most inclusive place in Beijing. Majukio. Can you imagine? The most common sight here is actually elderly people in their 50s and 60s. A single backpack is enough to hold all their belongings. The streets at 4 a.m., with sub-zero temperatures, some are still in their dreams, while others have already shouldered the burden of life. Here, a breakfast costing 5 or 6 yuan can fill their stomachs. After all, only when they're full can they have the strength to work. The lowest wage is 130 for 8 hours, 260 for 12 hours. Sorting parcels, handling, carrying bricks. As long as you have the strength, you can survive. Whenever a boss shows up to hire, they quickly swarm around them. Because in Majukio, not being proactive means no food. Only by pushing yourself can you win more opportunities. Being chosen means having a way to survive today. I saw someone online say that Beijing is nice but too exhausting. Some people come with dreams but end up leaving in tears. It's hard for casual laborers in Beijing to find jobs. It's also hard for college graduates to find jobs. Blogger Guo Guo said his family has 3 college graduates, all unemployed. My family has 3 college graduates, and almost all of them are unemployed. I'm looking for a job in Tianjin. My younger sister is looking for a job in Zhengzhou, and my younger brother is looking for a job in our hometown. I previously worked in Beijing for 5 years. Then I came to Tianjin last year to prepare for grad school. I started job hunting in Tianjin this February. I still haven't found one up to now. My younger sister previously worked in Beijing for 3 years. Now she's gone to Zhengzhou to look for a job. She's been searching for 2.5 months without success. My younger brother previously worked in Hangzhou. After 2 years of work, he can't find a job in Zhengzhou now. He's actually been looking all over the country but still can't find one. He just can't find anything suitable. So how exactly did the national unemployment rate of 5% come about? Basically, our entire family is almost in a state of unemployment. I don't quite understand where the 5% unemployment rate comes from. I feel like everyone around me is unemployed. After a 2-year gap, I returned to Beijing this year to look for a job. I really think the job market is insane. In fact, I have 5 years of work experience. But because of the 2-year gap, I've gotten very few interviews. The worst part is that one company had already discussed terms with me. But the pay cut was too much, so I argued with them. And they straight up told me that the position was frozen due to limited budget. I went through 3 rounds of interviews, almost a month in total. In the end, they told me the position was frozen. Another company also reached the 3rd interview before telling me the hiring was paused. Sigh. Interviews are already rare enough, and yet all of them end up like this. Last year, I also interviewed with a company that had already discussed terms, right at the offer stage. But their internal structure was reorganized. The new leader wanted to personally re-interview candidates, so they never gave me an offer. In the end, after dragging it out, no offer was issued. I think it's absurd. Blogger Liu Xiaoyang and her husband are also among the Beijing drifters. In 2023, they spent all their savings. The down payment was over 1.8 million. We needed to take out a 2.8 million loan from the bank. We bought an apartment inside Beijing's 5th Ring Road. However, 1 year after they bought the house, he was laid off by the company. He left this company where he had worked for 8 years. Their life suddenly fell into hardship. The unexpected change caught me off guard. Given our current situation, my husband's salary alone is not enough to cover our monthly 20,000 mortgage and household expenses. Our savings from these past few years were all used for the down payment. Now that I've lost my job, the remaining balance in our emergency fund won't last long. When something like this happens to you, you truly realize how crucial cash flow is for both a business and a family. If a business lacks cash flow during a crisis, The final outcome is bankruptcy. If a family has no savings, any unexpected change will lead to chaos. These past few days, I've been thinking about how I should approach work in the future. At the age of 35, should I choose to start my own business or continue job hunting? Starting a business won't generate income in the short term, and it also requires capital investment. Moreover, the risks are high. Given our current family situation, we can't afford to take any risks. Besides, I don't have any particularly good business ideas. Clearly, starting a business isn't realistic. What about finding a job? A 35-year-old mother of two has no competitiveness in the job market. Even jobs paying a few thousand yuan are highly sought after. Besides, a salary of a few thousand yuan is far from enough for our expenses. I never thought midlife unemployment would be this awkward. Bai Piao Dai has been unemployed for almost 3 months. He still hasn't found a job. One day, he went for an interview. This time, the interview location was just an hour away, and no transfers were needed. The commute distance was really ideal, so I had high hopes for this interview. The communication on the recruitment platform went very well. I checked their online store, which sells maternal and baby products. I was quite interested in it. At the interview location, the e-commerce department head interviewed me first. We had a very pleasant conversation. We talked for about 20 minutes. After that, he said the head of another department would need to interview me again. It was because it seemed like a serious and difficult matter. The questions asked were also quite professional. But after he asked how old my child was, he didn't delve deeper with further questions. This left me feeling a bit unsettled. Then HR came and asked some basic questions. They told me the recruitment for this position had just started. They needed to screen candidates further. The interview results would be provided within a week. How should I put it? After this interview ended, I felt quite uneasy and dissatisfied. How bleak is Beijing's business scene right now? Let me show you a store. This store is near Choyang Dayuesheng. It was originally called Man Coffee. Now it's called Zinka. In previous years, the entire first and second floors of this store were Man Coffee. You couldn't even find a seat when you came. It was filled with minor influencers. People were discussing business. Deals worth tens of millions were being made. Today, even though it's the second day of National Day, I arranged to meet a friend here. We sat for a while. I noticed, inside and out, there were only about 20 people. In previous years, this store would definitely be packed. I'm currently in Beijing's Fengtai district. It's exactly 7:30 now. The peak dinner hour. Beijing's dinner hour. There are a few fast food restaurants here. Let me show you. Friends who want to get into the food business. After you see this, then decide whether to proceed or not. This is the dinner hour. Beijing. Let me show you. Entering big bowl pea noodles. One table with 2 people eating. This is a newly opened noodle restaurant. Also from Shaanxi. Jinwivao, Binamdao. In operation. Free eggs and free noodle refills. There are about 10 people. Almost. This shop, on Fast Food Street. Kangba's 1-star rating. It's 7:30 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 or 8 people eating. This Yu Daoxiang, the brand I learned about today. Did you see such a big shop? Such a big shop. Only 2 people eating inside. This is Beijing. A bustling area. Still, did you see the shops at the back? What I just showed you are the shops at the back. Where are the people? Such a big shop. So pitiful. Really, so pitiful. Beijing? A first-tier city. Has it become this deserted? In Beijing's largest mall. Open for 4.5 years. A clothing store open year-round. Business in March and April. Makes us doubt whether we're really in Beijing. My husband and I opened this small shop 4 years ago. During the worst of the pandemic, the previous owner gave up this shop. My husband and I transferred it under our name. Signed a 1-year contract with the mall back then. Sales for 2 months. The shop is located at the very back of the mall. Also the worst spot in the mall. to save costs in the first 2 years. We didn't hire anyone. The two of us took turns minding the shop for over 10 hours. It's raining outside today. A big shipment arrived this morning, all covered in rainwater. Had to unpack the goods at the entrance. This morning's passageway. Not a single homework assignment. Ordinary people are really in Beijing. Can't make a living anymore? Ordinary people like us. No education. No connections either. Other than running a small business on our own. What other jobs are suitable? Going to other cities to develop. Doesn't move me at all. Now, returning to my hometown isn't realistic either. With such a bad overall environment. Really don't know where to go.